90-day fiancé friends, please watch the full video and please subscribe. Jasmine Pineda had always been protective of her relationship with Gino Palazzolo. Their journey had been a complicated one, filled with drama, misunderstandings, and moments of tension. But through it all, they had managed to carve out a life together, one that, for the most part, seemed to be full of love and hope for the future. Or so Jasmine had thought. It all began on a quiet Thursday afternoon when Jasmine was scrolling through social media. She was checking on her business accounts, responding to fans, and catching up with some family news when a post from a mutual acquaintance caught her eye. It was a photo of Gino, a candid shot he had taken during a recent trip to the beach. But what caught Jasmine's attention was the woman in the background, a stranger with her arm draped around Gino's shoulder, a smile on her face as they posed together. Her heart raced and a pit formed in her stomach. "What the hell is this?" Jasmine muttered to herself, clicking on the image to examine it closer. She scrolled through the comments, her eyes scanning the words. "Who is this woman? Is Gino seeing someone else?" The comments were full of suspicion and questions, and the rumors spread like wildfire. Jasmine felt the familiar wave of jealousy and anger rise in her chest. Gino had promised her that he was committed, that he had learned from past mistakes. But now, she wasn't so sure. Later that evening, as Jasmine waited for Gino to come home, her mind raced. Could the rumors be true? Had Gino been unfaithful? Her thoughts spiraled into worst-case scenarios, and she could barely keep her emotions in check. When Gino finally walked through the door, Jasmine wasted no time. "Gino, we need to talk," she said, her voice sharp and unyielding. Gino looked startled but nodded, following her to the couch. "What's wrong?" "I saw the picture," Jasmine said, holding up her phone. "Who is this woman?" Gino's face turned pale as he quickly scanned the screen. His lips tightened, and he shifted uncomfortably in his seat. "It's nothing, Jasmine. She's just a friend from the trip, I swear." "A friend?" Jasmine echoed, her eyes narrowing. "A friend who puts her arm around you like that?" Gino stammered, trying to explain himself. "It wasn't like that. We were just hanging out. You know I wouldn't." "Wouldn't what?" Jasmine interrupted, her voice rising. "Wouldn't cheat on me, you promised, Gino. You promised that we were past all of this." Gino rubbed his temples, trying to calm himself. "Jasmine, I'm telling you, there's nothing going on. She's just a friend." But Jasmine couldn't shake the unease in her gut. She had been through enough with Gino to know when something wasn't right. And something about this felt off. The rumors didn't stop. In fact, they only grew more intense. The woman from the beach photo, whose name was revealed to be Emily, was being talked about everywhere. Blogs, social media posts, and gossip outlets were filled with stories about Gino's supposed infidelity. Fans of 90 Day Fiancé had begun to question whether Jasmine had been deceived all along. Some even suggested that Gino might be looking for an out, or worse, that he had already found someone new. Jasmine tried to ignore the noise, but it was hard. She had spent so much time building a life with Gino, trusting him to be the man he promised he would be. But now, the doubts crept in. That's when Jasmine made a decision that would shock everyone. Jasmine was not the type to sit idly by when it came to protecting herself or her family. And if Gino was stepping out on her, she would make sure the world knew exactly where she stood. After days of fuming in silence, Jasmine finally took to social media, her post a clear warning to Emily and to Gino. Her followers were used to her candidness, but this was different. This was personal. With a fierce expression, Jasmine typed out a message for all to see. To the woman in the photo with my fiancé Gino, consider this a warning. I'm not the type of woman who lets anyone come between my family, and I don't tolerate lies. If you think you can just waltz into my life and steal my man, you're sorely mistaken. Gino belongs to me. And if you think this little game of yours is going to end well for you, you're in for a rude awakening. She paused for a moment, taking a deep breath. Her fingers hovered over the screen. Then she added the final line. Stay away from my family. Jasmine hit post with a sense of finality. She knew that what she had just done could stir up even more drama, but she wasn't going to let anyone disrespect her relationship. Not now, not ever. Gino was furious when he saw Jasmine's post. He immediately called her, his voice laced with anger. Jasmine, what the hell was that? He demanded. You can't just go online and publicly threaten someone. Jasmine's tone was icy. You should have thought about that before you decided to get close to another woman. Gino, I'm done with the excuses. Jasmine, you don't understand. Emily is just a friend, I swear. Nothing happened. Gino's voice cracked with desperation. Then why didn't you tell me about her? Why didn't you mention her at all until I saw that damn photo? Jasmine shot back. This is what always happens, Gino. You get close to someone else, and I'm left feeling like I don't matter. I do care about you, Jasmine, Gino pleaded. You know I do. I don't know that anymore, Jasmine replied coldly. I gave you everything, Gino, but if you're looking for someone else, then maybe it's time for us to part ways. Gino's voice softened. Please, Jasmine, you know I don't want to lose you. But Jasmine was resolute. If you truly don't want to lose me, then you need to show me, through your actions, not just words. And that includes cutting ties with people who don't respect our relationship. The following days were filled with tension. Gino's attempts to explain himself were met with Jasmine's silence. She wasn't sure if she could trust him anymore, and that realization was a painful one. The rumors of cheating had shaken her to her core, and no matter how much Gino begged for forgiveness, Jasmine knew that the damage had been done. Emily, meanwhile, had responded to Jasmine's post with a cryptic message of her own, insinuating that there was more to the story than Jasmine knew. The drama continued to unfold, with fans and followers alike speculating about what would happen next. Was Gino truly innocent? Or was Jasmine simply fighting for a relationship that was already slipping through her fingers? As Jasmine sat alone in her apartment, staring at the messages flooding in from concerned fans, she knew that this was just the beginning. Whether her relationship with Gino would survive this scandal or not, one thing was certain: Jasmine Pineda was not a woman to be trifled with, and anyone who tried to come between her family would soon learn that lesson the hard way.